Hey guys, I'm making a collection video. I've wanted to do this for quite a long time, and I'm in the middle of working an assignment right now for school. I keep feeling like putting it off, so I'm gonna do a collection video. I'm pretty excited about this. Yeah, I mainly collect DC figures. I used to have quite a bit of Marvel Legends. I've recently been selling a lot of them off to make room for more DC stuff. I guess I'll start over here. Over here we got the Bat Family slash Batman Villains section. Yeah, this is a mix. It's a lot of DC Direct, DC Collectibles, a lot of Arkham figures, which I think work well as comic villains. And as well, we got a few DC Essentials like that Nightwing over there, and also this Batman over here. We got even a Mattel DC Multiverse figure, which is that Alfred. And then, of course, a bunch of DC Mcfarlane figures that are filling in some gaps. I'm hoping to replace that Joker and Harley with the new Three Jokers Joker that's coming out from Mcfarlane, and I'm looking for the DC Essentials Harley as well. But yeah, big fan of that Grundy, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, all deluxe figures. Yeah, so that's that Batman section. Up here we got the DC Collectibles New 52 Justice League. Yeah, not much to say about that. It's a nice set of figures. I'm missing quite a few, but I got kind of bored of collecting those ones. Over here, this is my Dark Knight's Metal setup. So we got, all those evil Batman, a bunch of the Robin Crows, or evil Robins. Yeah, and got the Grim Knight over here. He's a really cool one. And then over here we got some more of the new Darkfather Build-A-Figure, which I really dig. I got like a regular Parademon next to him, but I don't have a regular Darkseid figure, so I figured I could just keep those together for now. And on Superman, I got some Bandai Tamashii lightning effects. I thought it looked pretty cool with him. If I get the King Shazam figure, I might move those effects. Over here, we got the Mcfarlane, like, it's the death metal bike there, but this is over here. This is a DC Direct Batman Return of Bruce Wayne figure. And I actually find he looks super cool with that bike. I find it's a really good match. And over here, we got like a bit of a weird Justice League I'm working on. That's a Alex Ross DC Direct Martian Manhunter clear version. And he fits into scale really well with those McFarlane figures. So I definitely dig that. Yeah, and then moving on, we got a few DC Universe classics. I used to have a few more, but I've decided to keep the ones that I really like, aesthetically, the ones that I think are the most nice. I know that Dr. Fate goes for quite a bit. I really lucked out when I got him. And yeah, so this is like pretty random characters to have together. There's quite a few DC Universe Classics figures I would really like to get, but they're pretty expensive, so I'll let that part of the collection grow kind of slowly. I guess moving down, we'll check out over here. We got some DC Direct figures. There I am in the reflection. So these are my Black Lanterns. Still missing a good handful, but I find it looks pretty cool. It's a pretty awesome line of figures. Yeah, big fan of those. Over here we have some of my grails, which would specifically be that White Lantern Batman. It's the second most expensive figure that I've ever bought, but I really dig it, and it took quite a while to find him at a price that I was comfortable paying. And that's one of my favorite figures over there, the Blue Lantern, who's an elephant. I can't remember his name right now, but I'm a big fan of the Lantern universe. Jeff Johns' Green Lantern's my favorite comic book run. So, and then down over here we got some of the few Marvel Legends that I have left. So this is like kind of like a bit of a Spider-Verse shelf plus some like symbiotes. Used to have way more Marvel Legends and way more Spider-Man too, but I decided to just focus on keeping the ones that I really like. And yeah, like I have probably already said a few times, focusing on just collecting DC stuff at this point. All right, next up we got my PlayArts Kai figures. So these are the DC variant PlayArts Kai figures. Really into these. They're super nice. Really interesting design. They're kind of expensive. If I see any more at like a decent price, I'll get some more, but for now, like, this totally does the trick. Also, some of the designs I find maybe a little bit weird. I specifically would really like to get the Hawkman Play Arts guy. That one's a really nice one. Over here, we got one of my favorite shelves. This is my Green Lantern shelf. This is like, I find the best that you could get for DC Direct, DC Collectibles Green Lanterns to build up a nice core. Would like the Mattel Steel Build-A-Figure to put in here, but I'd say like once I get that figure, I feel like the shelf is pretty complete, which is nice. Over here, we got like the Mattel figures. So there's a bunch of other Green Lantern Mattel figures. I'm not too crazy about these, but since I'm such a big fan of like the Lantern mythos, I'm down to have them in my collection. At the bottom here, looks like Thor kind of tumbled. So we got kind of a mix between movie figures and comic figures. These are just my favorite Marvel Legends. Some have sentimental value, and other ones I just thought were pretty cool or want to keep for displays that I'm planning in the future. There are still some Marvel Legends that I would like to track down. I would like to do a Secret Avengers, a classic Avengers, and a few other things. Thor has fallen down. Not a big deal. Yeah, so not much else to say about that shelf. And we'll go on to the last DTOF over here. So for this last DTOF, I got a DC kind of Legion of Doom or Forever Evil kind of shelf. So we got the Mcfarlane Injustice Gorilla Grodd, but I think he works great there. DC Direct Mongol, I really like that figure. And the Greg Capullo Mr. Freeze over there, DC Essentials Brainiac. Yeah, so these are pretty decent figures. It's a cool shelf. It's a bunch of other DC villains that I would like to track down for sure. And then over here we got kind of like a mixed lantern shelf. Over here we got the Orange Lantern Hal Jordan exclusive and the Red Lantern exclusive. Still trying to track down the blue and yellow, but pretty pricey, those exclusives. It's a DC Essential Sinestro. He's in really good scale with these DC Direct figures. And over here we got like, this is just a regular Spawn figure, but he looks really good as a Yellow Lantern. And I put that little emblem on his chest that I ordered as a decal online, and it came out okay, but I'm really not good at customizing, but for now it's kind of cool. Yellow Lantern Spawn kind of figure going on. And over here we have my Mattel Yellow Lanterns. The only one I'm missing is the Yellow Lantern Batman, which would like to come across to complete that shelf. A couple of Manhunters in there too. So that's like the main part of the display. I'm using an iPhone, my mom's iPhone, to record this, so sorry if it's shaky or something. But yeah, and then we got a few figures that are mint in box. There's another Yellow Lantern, Yellow Spawn from Mortal Kombat there, and we got the regular one with the sword. If I get one with a mace or the other weapon there, I'll open it, but that one I would like to keep in the package. Some other random stuff that just keeping in the package there, but yeah, we'll move on to these kind of more random shelves. This one is just a random like assortment of stuff plus some Iron Man stuff. Not much to say about that. And then over here we got the DC Icons Justice League. Some pretty nice figures. That Damian Wayne is really hard to get to stand, so that's why he's like that. And looking upwards, another assortment of random DC stuff. That Two-Face piece, I'm a really big fan of. I got that pretty recently. It looks pretty sick. And then we got the Neca Ninja Turtles from the movie, which was a nice set of figures. I know they have the April out now, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'm pretty happy with this display. And then we move on to my Spawn figures. Got the 12-inch Gunslinger Spawn. A couple other random ones. There's a ton of beautiful Spawn figures that I'd be interested in having, but it's not a big deal. For now, I'm very happy with this. And we got Terminator Robocop display. It's mainly Mcfarlane, but actually I'd say it's pretty split between Neca and Mcfarlane. Like that Sarah Connor, that's the old school Mcfarlane one. But then, like, you know, these figures over here are all Neca. And that Robocop, and 2 Terminators are also Mcfarlane, the Movie Maniacs line. And then over here we got just some like random Wolverine stuff. This is like an anniversary Wolverine Marvel Legends that I had done some weird paint stuff on, made him look kind of bloody. Over here another like random shelf. Got the Master Chief. Halo is the only video game I play. Love MCC. Rick and Morty, Naruto, Goku, and yeah, a couple anime figures. Big anime fan. However, a lot of those anime figures are pretty expensive, and like I said earlier, decided to mainly focus on collecting DC. Not a huge Star Wars fan, but and it's a whole other line of figures to get into. So I decided for Star Wars stuff, I'll only get Pops, and I don't have very many, but because I'm not crazy about Pops, I usually get them as gifts, but it's pretty cool. Got some My Hero Academia figures by Mcfarlane. Those are the only ones I'm planning to get. Some of the more main characters. Also, Stain is just such a cool character design, so was down for that one. And then moving over here, we just got some more Pops. Comic Cave, Iron Man, Evil Spock, Mezco figure. Had a couple other Mezco figures that I sold, but I specifically wanted to keep that one. I'm a big fan. And then in the bottom there, we got Butch and Heisenberg. Some pretty awesome characters. Over here, we got a couple figures on the wall, just some random stuff. Got Kirk and Spock there. I'm not a like crazy Star Trek fan, except for when it comes to the original series. The last thing that we got here is my small Marvel Legends Dark Avengers setup, which probably just keep it like that. I find Dark Avengers to be a really cool team. So yeah. Yeah, and that's the full collection room tour. Been wanting to do one of these for a really long time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, that's it. Just gonna do one more little pan. All right, now I should go work on that assignment. Peace out, guys.